Hello and a warm welcome back to Train Sim TV. It's been a short while since I've actually done a video for the channel. I've literally come back off a holiday. Everything's all here, there and everywhere. The Pacer video that went out on Tuesday was actually recorded about a week or so way before. And now this is actually recorded just before the release, but coming out just after. So we had a look on the showcase video at the 142, the 150 and the 153 services that you can actually play in the on the 2019 timetable from the TFW Pacer Pack. One thing we didn't show was the Class 37 diagrams that are available to play as well. Now they're not a long portion of service running, but they are a small section that you can discover and have a play with in the timetable. They run from Cardiff Canton as an ECS into Cardiff Central, and then you run the service up as far as Heath High Level, which then they would continue off the level into Rhymney. Now technically this livery would be incorrect for the working, however there is actually nothing available unfortunately that is closer to what actually ran on these services. Now they would have been in 2019, it would have been 37421 and 418 I believe. I don't think there was any others that ran the actual workings, but unfortunately we're having 501 in today's run. I did try finding a suitable livery reskin of Creators Club, but unfortunately there was nothing really suitable or to a decent standard or for the right 37 that we use. So let us get into the cab and get this thing started. Now I know the 37 is not everyone's favourite cup of tea in TSW, mainly because it's not the greatest of lookers, is it? Let's be honest. Now it's still a 37 and it's a part of the timetable play. Now I don't mind. I have actually driven this before. Actually it was quite a good fun, to be fair. I did however find myself going a little bit too fast Heath High Level, and I did totally miss the station. But yeah, hopefully today we'll not miss it. Right. Now these services were they were run with a 37 and a rake of Mark II Fs. So we got some PSOs and a BSO. I need to put tail on pump. You see if you 142 is the 15 150. Oh, I say 150 150 142 150 hiding over there. We do have the live weather on from it's running on the history side of things from 2019. There's also a steel train just leaving over there. Ooh. Now before we actually go anywhere, it is always good practice to double check your point work, and on this occasion I did not check my points. What's this one he's doing? So we've got a little bit of light rain on this day. I think we're running around 23rd of September on the weather set. It's given us a nice little low light, the rain with the cloud. It was actually quite nice. Now you'll notice there is another 37 set. That one comes off Canton, I think about 20 past 5 or so. And that forms I think something like 5:30 to Rhymney. So there's two sets that run. They do the thing coming from the depot or sit here for the afternoon and go back out for tea time. They're basically running the peak services. We try again. How are you guys enjoying the pack anyway so far with the 142 and everything else? What you thought so far? Any feedback? Do pop it in the chat. It's always nice to see feedback as well. If you don't want to put it in the chat, do leave it on the forums as well. We do look on there in the JT capacity side of things. If there's anything to mention or ask as well, do feel free to put it in the chat, and I will answer any questions that I possibly can. Definitely some nice lighting. I'm going to roll straight into the station. We're going to platform 6 to start our service. Could be potentially a nice bit of lighting for a thumbnail, maybe. I don't know. Try. I'm a bit bunged up as well. I managed to come back with a sore throat after my holiday. I think basically someone passing some lurgy around on the plane. Because the day after I come back home, I was like, yeah, coughing, spluttering. I was like, oh, great, fantastic. So, nonetheless, it was a good break, and it was a well-needed break, to be honest. Just a shame it ends too quick. Wait forever and it goes too fast. Now, we should have a bit of a busy scene around Cardiff, I would expect, because it's becoming evening rush. I can see bits and bobs in the station over there. Do some Pacers, some 150s over there. And turbo as well. Now we do have the live run, as I say, so you will see there is the annotations will pop up when we pass over anything of interest, whether it's a bridge, a river, a tunnel, or station. They will all show up. No, they should show up anyway. I'm saying that. I'm pretty certain they show up. I did get it to work. He says. We'll check this. It is. There we go. It's just popped up now. We're just going to have Wood Street rail bridge in the River Taff. It is a fantastic little mod. And I do fully urge anyone on the PC to grab it because it really makes the experience so much better, especially with the weather. Okay, now everything's popped up on the screen there, so at Cardiff Central it's now giving us the weather readout. Makes the weather, yeah, it actually gives you a decent, true to what happened, as close to it can, sort of the weather set. You never know what you're going to get. What I like with it. I think especially with the annotations as well, it's just nice to have them pop up and it actually tell me where I'm at, because sometimes I don't have a clue what I've just gone over. I don't know what rivers are and stuff like that, and you guys as well at home, it helps you sort of understand where we are as well and get a little bit more of a feel for the area or route we actually are running on in the video. Now that is ECS, so that would end us here. And then what we'll do is we'll just continue on free row and then we'll continue for the next service. We'll unlock the doors now. And we are due out of here in a minute. Not got long. Now this service is obviously going to call at Cardiff Queen Street. Keep high level, and that's where we'll end. It will then continue on to Lanishin, Lisvane, Thornhill, Lisvane and Thornhill, sorry, Philly, Aber, Van Braddock. This one I can never. Stradminac, Hengode, Hengham, Bargode, Grifter, Turfill, Ontlotten, and Rhymney. A lot of stations actually on the line to Rhymney. I don't know how far it is off Heathrow level it is to get down there. It must have been a fair bit though if DTG didn't actually take the route down there. So it's 4 coaches on this one. what we'll do here is we'll do a little bit of cheeky heads out. Don't worry, the train's not low battery, it's just my headset. Always ready to be raring and that, and put the foot down out of Cardiff and then realise, oh my god, it's 15 coming out there, I better stop. Now, I thoroughly enjoy doing number 3 cam, so if there's PC users, number 3 cam and sitting in the window behind the Loco, because you get to hear the Mark II coaches. Now, for this layer as well, you do need to have the Class 86/2 pack. That gives you the Mark II F coaches that run on this, and also it's the Tees Valley Class 37 that runs on this set of paths. Again, that's Tees Valley and the Class 86/2 to allow this to work. There's no doubt how it's struggling with the air. Excellent. Breaking the law here, storming around. Weird collisions on this route. Absolutely bizarre. Having these as well, it just gives it a nice little addition to the timetable. You're not going to see them all over the place because they're only at certain times of the day in the peak period. But it's a nice welcomed addition. And not really a busy timetable, to be honest. There's a little bit of variety in between everything else that you see, because it's unit central, isn't it, let's be honest. Also, that's really poor stopping. I am actually in the station, but I'm going to have to pull it forward a bit. Slippy. A bit more like it. Just forget that happened. Look on the Pacer there, that's a Barry Island service. Sporting the TFW version of the livery, one of the two liveries this 142 comes with. So it comes with the one with the banner, and it comes without the banner, which is just XATW itself, which we might see in passing somewhere. Probably been lost in the train. You can open the window things if I remember. Oh no, you can. There we go. Here's that. Where's my door? Looks like I'm actually window hanging now. Right, so keep high level next. Let's enjoy a little bit of thrash and a bit of coach rattle. Typical that we get all these paces coming in, it just knocks out of the view. I really wish that didn't ever happen in this game. Wish I could override that. Oh, annoying. Right. Try again. It's just a nice little thrash. Nothing too strenuous, but it just gives you a little stretch of the legs. The 37 in the coffins. I can't remember how I managed to actually miss this station, to be honest. The first time round I did this. It was a while ago, this wasn't recently either. I was always testing stuff out. There we go. Good stop. This will chuck us out here. The 37 will do its thing, and that's all there is to it. And then obviously you can come back in different times of the day. The services are obviously coming the other way. I think the list runs up to Rhymney, and I think it will just be stabled at Rhymney for the next day. My understanding. I think this is the second to last service. I think. I could be telling a lie actually. I'm going to double check that. I'm just going to show you. what you can actually do in this section of timetable just before we end things. So, when it loads, yeah, it is. So, you see this one we've just done here is 5R20 we did, and then 2R20. Then you got the 5R24 and 2R24 afterwards. So the one what was left in the depot was actually 1735 off Canton, 1744 off Central. So you get the service in the morning rush, and then it goes to Canton. You get the other one that comes in as well. There's the run rounds as well in the depot, and then for both sets, then they do their evening. But basically that tells me that they are stabled out of Canton. They actually get stabled at Rhymney for the morning run. And that is that for this video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you have any questions, do feel free to ask as well. You can do guard mode, by the way, on the passenger workings. There is guard mode if you wish to do so. So there's that extra little bit of playability also on top. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. Always appreciated as well for anyone returning. Any comments, don't forget, lob them in the chat below. I will get back to as many as I possibly can, which is usually most. Don't forget to catch us on Twitch on a Monday and Friday at twitch.tv/TrainSimUnschool.tv. Thank you once again, and I was going to say that, no, the link as well for the pack is in the description. Until then, the next one, bye for now, guys.